Did you know that certain fruits, yes, fruits, might be quietly weakening your legs every single day? The very foods we've always believed to be healthy, refreshing, and energizing could actually be making it harder for you to stay active and independent. And the most surprising part, they're likely sitting right there in your kitchen. You might think your legs feel heavier or less stable simply because you're getting older, or maybe you blame it on a lack of exercise. But the truth is far more unexpected. Some of the sweet, juicy fruits you enjoy each morning could be silently triggering inflammation, disrupting key mineral absorption, and draining your muscle strength over time. According to recent studies, the natural sugars in certain fruits can interfere with your body's ability to maintain potassium and magnesium levels, two essential nutrients that help keep your legs strong and stable. And yet, most older adults have no idea this is happening. In today's video, I'll reveal 8 popular fruits that may be contributing to leg weakness, and more importantly, what to eat instead. You'll also learn easy food swaps, timing tips, and a few inspiring stories from real people who made small changes and saw big improvements in their energy and balance. So, let me ask you, have you ever noticed certain fruits or meals leaving you tired, achy, or less steady on your feet? Drop your experience in the comments below. You might just help someone else feel understood and encouraged to take back control. Ready to find out which fruit tops the list? Let's get started. Why leg strength matters after 60 and how fruit could be sabotaging it. Let's take a moment to talk about something we often overlook, our legs. They carry us through life quite literally. From getting out of bed in the morning, to walking through the grocery store, to playing with grandkids in the yard, our legs do the heavy lifting. But after the age of 60, we start to lose muscle naturally. It's called sarcopenia, and it's a regular part of aging. But here's the catch. While aging is inevitable, losing your leg strength isn't. In fact, with the right choices, especially regarding food, you can slow down muscle loss and keep your legs stronger the longer. The surprising part? Some foods we often think are healthy, like certain fruits, are making things worse. Fruits that are high in sugar or cause sharp spikes in blood sugar can increase inflammation and accelerate muscle fatigue, especially in the legs. Let me tell you about Joe. Joe is 67, retired, and loves walking every morning, but he started noticing that his legs felt more tired and sore, like he was walking uphill even on flat ground. He wasn't doing anything differently, or so he thought. After reviewing his diet, Joe realized he had been eating a lot of sweet fruit, grapes, bananas, and even canned peaches. His doctor explained how those choices might be spiking his blood sugar and affecting his recovery. So, Joe made a few swaps, and within a couple of weeks his walks felt easier again. The lesson here is that the smallest changes, like choosing the right kind of fruit, can make a big difference. And that's precisely what we're here to explore. Next, we'll talk about how blood sugar, even from natural sources, can quietly drain your energy and strength. You'll also learn which fruits are the biggest culprits. Let's break it down together. The blood sugar trap. How high GI fruits drain your energy. Let's talk about something that sounds technical. But don't worry, we'll keep it practical and straightforward. Blood sugar. Every time we eat, especially something sweet, our blood sugar goes up. That's normal. But the speed and intensity of that rise can make a big difference, especially as we get older. Some fruits, especially those with a high glycemic index, or GI, cause blood sugar to spike quickly. These include things like grapes, mangoes, watermelon, and bananas. They may be natural, but they hit the bloodstream almost like candy. And what happens after a spike? A crash. That's when you feel suddenly tired, maybe lightheaded. Your muscles can feel weak. Your energy drops. And if this happens repeatedly, your body struggles to recover after physical activity. For older adults, these crashes can affect muscle recovery, lead to chronic fatigue, and even raise inflammation in the joints. Let me give you a relatable example. Carol, 71, used to snack on bananas and dried fruits between meals, thinking it was a wise, healthy choice. But she started feeling exhausted by early afternoon, even though she wasn't doing much more than usual. After talking with her dietitian, she learned that the sugar from those fruits was causing big blood sugar swings. Her energy evened out by switching to berries and a few slices of apple with peanut butter, and so did her mood. Here's a big idea. Not all fruits are rotten, but high GI fruits eaten at the wrong time or in large amounts can secretly drain your strength. Next, let's take a closer look at one fruit that many people think is harmless, but could be working against your legs. Grapes. Stay with me, it might surprise you. Grapes and blood glucose spikes. A sweet fruit with sour effects. Now, let's talk about grapes. They're small, juicy, and feel like such an easy, healthy snack. You can pop a few in your mouth while watching TV, or add them to your salad for sweetness. They're full of antioxidants, yes, but they also come with a catch. Grapes are among the highest sugar fruits with a very high glycemic index, meaning they cause your blood sugar to rise quickly. And for older adults, this quick spike, followed by a crash, can be a silent thief of energy and leg strength. When blood sugar swings too high and too low, too fast, muscles don't get the steady energy they need to recover and stay strong. Over time, this can lead to muscle fatigue, more soreness after activity, and even slower reflexes, especially in the legs. The takeaway? Grapes may look harmless, but for seniors, they can disrupt blood sugar balance and contribute to muscle fatigue, especially when eaten in large amounts or without protein or fiber to balance them. Coming up, we'll look at another tropical favorite that might be causing more harm than good. The mango. It's delicious, but let's find out what makes it risky. Mangoes, memory, and muscle fatigue. The tropical fruit dilemma. Ah, mangoes. They're sweet, tropical, and taste like sunshine in every bite. For many of us, especially in the summer, biting into a ripe mango brings back memories, vacations, family picnics, or a refreshing treat on a warm day. But mangoes may not be the best choice if you're over 60 and trying to keep your legs strong. Why? Because mangoes are among the highest sugar fruits available. A single mango can have over 45 grams of sugar, more than a soda can. And just like grapes, mangoes have a high glycemic index, quickly raising your blood sugar. This rapid spike can lead to a quick crash, which can cause symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, and muscle weakness, especially in the legs. For older adults, those dips in energy can also affect balance, reaction time, and even memory. The key takeaway here: just because something is natural and packed with vitamins doesn't mean it's the best option, especially if it sends your blood sugar on a roller coaster. Next, we'll examine a fruit beloved for its potassium, but may be misleading you. Bananas. Let's uncover the truth together. Bananas and the misconception of potassium health. Let's talk about one of the most popular fruits in the world, bananas. They're easy to grab and peel, and many people believe they're the perfect health snack. Why? Because they're high in potassium, and potassium is good for your heart, muscles, and blood pressure. Right? Yes, potassium is essential, especially for muscle function and preventing cramps. But here's the catch. Bananas aren't the only source of potassium, and they might not even be the best for seniors. Why? Bananas also contain high sugar and have a medium to high glycemic index, especially when fully ripe. That means they raise your blood sugar fairly quickly. As we've discussed, those spikes and crashes can lead to muscle fatigue, inflammation, and a sense of energy drain that's hard to bounce back from. Let me introduce you to Margaret. Margaret is 70 and used to eat a banana every morning with her breakfast. She thought it was helping her stay active, but over time, she noticed that her afternoon walks felt more tiring and her legs felt heavier. Her nutritionist suggested swapping the banana for a small apple and a few almonds. After 2 weeks, Margaret felt more energized and had fewer knee aches. "I didn't think something as harmless as a banana could slow me down," she said. The lesson here? Bananas are not bad, but they're not always the best choice, especially for those who need to manage blood sugar or energy levels carefully. Other potassium-rich foods like spinach, sweet potatoes, and avocados offer more fiber and less sugar. Speaking of tropical fruits, next we'll explore one packed with vitamin C and enzymes, but can still wreak havoc on your joints if you're not careful. Pineapple. Let's peel back the truth on that one too. Pineapples, the bromelain paradox and inflammation risk. Next on our list is a fruit that many people turn to for its tropical flavor and health benefits. Pineapple. It's juicy, vibrant, and loaded with vitamin C. Even more interestingly, it contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that's been studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. It sounds like the perfect fruit for seniors with joint pain or muscle recovery, right? Well, not so fast. While bromelain is indeed helpful, the amount found in a typical slice of pineapple isn't nearly enough to outweigh the downside. Sugar. Pineapples have a high glycemic index and are loaded with natural sugars. Overeating it, especially on its own, can cause your blood sugar to spike, leading to increased inflammation throughout the body. And for many older adults, inflammation drives joint pain, muscle stiffness, and that lingering soreness that's hard to shake. Let me introduce you to Rick. Rick is 74, a retired engineer who enjoys pineapple with his lunch almost every day. He loves the tangy sweetness and believes he is doing something good for his joints. But over time, his knees ached more, especially after walking. His doctor pointed out that while bromelain is beneficial, the sugar in pineapple might fuel his chronic inflammation. Rick cut back, swapped in berries, and noticed a clear difference within 2 weeks. He said, "I never realized my favorite fruit was making my knees worse." The takeaway? Pineapple can be part of a healthy diet, but moderation is key, especially if you're already dealing with joint pain or blood sugar concerns. What about a fruit that feels refreshing, hydrating, and almost all water? Well, up next we're diving into watermelon. The surprising reason it may not be as harmless as it seems. Watermelon woes. Why this summer favorite may hurt your legs. Let's talk about one of the most beloved fruits of summer, watermelon. It's crisp, cool, and incredibly hydrating. On a hot day, nothing feels more refreshing than a big, juicy slice of watermelon. And with over 90% water, many people assume it's the perfect, guilt-free fruit. But here's the part most folks don't realize. Watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any fruit. That means it sends your blood sugar soaring fast. Why does that matter for your legs? When your blood sugar spikes and crashes frequently, your muscles don't get the steady energy they need to function well. You're more likely to feel tired, sore, and less stable when moving around. Those crashes can also contribute to muscle loss, inflammation, and even balance issues for seniors. Even fruits with high water content can impact your blood sugar more than you think. Timing and portion size matter, especially as you age. Next, we're shifting gears, from fresh fruits to something that often hides in plain sight, canned fruits in syrup. Let's uncover why they might be one of the sneakiest culprits. Hidden sugar bombs, canned fruits and dried treats. Now, let's talk about a category of fruits that often look harmless, maybe even convenient, but can quietly wreak havoc on your energy and muscle health. Canned and sweetened dried fruits. You're not alone if you've ever opened a can of peaches or grabbed a small bag of raisins as a snack. These options feel quick, easy, and still fruit, right? But here's the issue. Many canned fruits are packed in syrup, and most dried fruits are coated in added sugars. That turns a naturally healthy food into a concentrated sugar bomb. When fruits are canned in heavy syrup or dried with extra sweeteners, their sugar content skyrockets and their fiber often drops. This combination sends your blood sugar on a roller coaster, increasing inflammation and fatigue, and making it harder for your muscles, especially your legs, to bounce back after activity. Let me share Pat's story. Pat, 73, was always on the go, She liked keeping little fruit cups in her bag for a quick snack, thinking they were better than cookies. But she started feeling more sore after her walks, especially in her hips and thighs. A nutritionist looked over her diet and pointed to the fruit cups packed in syrup. Once Pat switched to fresh fruit or unsweetened options, her soreness faded and her energy improved. She smiled and said, "I didn't realize sugar could hide in something that looked so healthy." The takeaway? Always check the label. If it says packed in syrup or has added sugars, it's probably doing more harm than good. Instead, go for fruits packed in water, 100% juice, or fresh or frozen with no sugar added. Next, we'll dive into another sweet temptation that might surprise you. Dates. Natural, yes, but still loaded with sugar. Let's see why they may not be so senior-friendly after all. Dates and sweetened dried fruits. Nature's candy with a catch. Now, let's talk about something that even the healthiest eaters often reach for. Dates and other dried fruits. They're slight, chewy, and naturally sweet. Many people use them as a sugar substitute in recipes or eat them as a guilt-free snack. After all, they're just dried fruit, right? Well, not exactly. Dates and sweetened dried fruits like cranberries, raisins, and apricots can contain as much sugar per bite as candy. Even though the sugar is natural, your body still processes it quickly, mainly when it's concentrated in small portions. This means fast blood sugar spikes for older adults, followed by energy crashes, inflammation, and increased muscle fatigue. These effects can quietly chip away at your leg strength and recovery without you even realizing it. Even natural sugar needs moderation. Dried fruits shrink in size, but not sugar, so eating more is easier than you realize. Always read the labels. Look for unsweetened options and pair dried fruits with protein or healthy fats to slow sugar absorption. Next, we'll wrap everything up with a recap and some simple swaps you can make today to keep your legs strong and your body energized. Let's bring it all together. Final takeaways. How small fruit swaps can strengthen your legs. We've covered a lot today, and if you're still here, I want to thank you. Taking the time to learn about your health is already a decisive step forward. So, let's recap. Though tasty and natural, some fruits can secretly drain your energy, increase inflammation, and make it harder for your muscles, especially your legs, to stay strong. We're talking about grapes, mangoes, bananas, pineapples, watermelon, canned fruits in syrup, sweetened dried fruits, dates. These fruits tend to be high in sugar and/or on the glycemic index, which can spike your blood sugar, leave you feeling sluggish, and slow your recovery after movement or exercise. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up fruit altogether. Instead, focus on low GI, fiber-rich options that give you energy without the crash. Try swapping in berries, like blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, green apples, pears, avocados, kiwi, unsweetened dried fruit in moderation. And remember, how you eat fruit matters too. Pair it with healthy fats or protein, like almonds, yogurt, or nut butter, to keep your blood sugar steady and your muscles fueled. Every small swap adds up. Choosing the right fruits can help you stay active, reduce joint pain, and walk with more confidence and less fatigue. So now I'd love to hear from you. What fruit do you plan to swap this week? Could you share it in the comments below? Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step toward better leg strength and vitality. If you found this helpful, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more weekly tips made just for you. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep moving forward, one smart bite at a time.